when I first turned pro, I truly didn't really understand the record. My thing was just fight and win, fight and win. And when I lost my first fight, it really wasn't about me losing my O. I think a lot of fighters have this essence that comes with the O now that fighters have really just kind of taken to. For me, it was just like I was more so mad that I lost the fight. I was hurt that I lost the fight. I was angry that I knew things that I should have done that I didn't do. So I think for both these guys, they're in a different generation than I was. So I think that they both understand that the O is gonna go, and it will make the fight. There'll be some intense moments because both guys that'll be in the back of their mind.
And so, what do you think fans can expect on November 22nd when Nikita and Dylan head into the ring? What sort of a fight are you predicting?
It's gonna be a high energy fight. Both guys are young. Both guys believe in their power. They want to hit you, and they don't understand the word stop at this point. I think that's the part that people aren't understanding about these two guys because they're young. They're still immature in the ring, so they're gonna get hit, and they're gonna try to come right back. Fighters with a lot of experience, they get hit and they're like, all right, you got that one. Let me get it. Let me regroup and I'll get you on the next one. These guys, it's gonna be fast paced. I really wasn't expected to be chess, but they're gonna be aiming and hitting a lot. I think it's gonna be really fun. This is definitely an underrated fight for boxing right now. I've heard that this is a 50-50 fight, which I think is pretty cool. I think that there's a lot invested in undefeated fighters. And I think that when you put up undefeated against undefeated, it makes for a great night of boxing. And the essence of boxing is lost through the records. So I'm happy to see these both guys are young and courageous. And it's like they both this it's almost like they're fighting to get to the US for the second worst. They're fighting to get right behind Tim. So of course, the Zoo name. When you look at Biggs, it's like, yeah, he's actually formidable, beyond formidable, and beyond. I think if they took different routes, they could actually both do very well and make it to an extremely high level. I see a little more fundamental. I think Dylan's a little more fundamentally sound, and he can really whack. I think he believes very, very, very. He believes wholeheartedly in his power, which I think could get him in trouble because Nikita is a little more active, and he can move around the ring a little bit more and things like that. So, all in all, I truly think it's a 50-50 fight. It's hard to call. I would rely on the Zoo name and say, hey, I can't help but appreciate the story of the Zoo family and root for Nikita. Certainly be a biased pick of mine, but I think the questions you may have about Nikita, they'll all be answered in this fight because Dylan can punch. He'll walk you down. He'll track you down, and he's no slouch. He's gonna stand in there all night. So I got a 50-50 until maybe the first 2 to 3 rounds. I think sometimes you just got to see what they prepared to do and what their game plans are. Sometimes, and especially with this fight being 50-50, I think the better prepared fighter with the better game plan is going to be the one who wins this fight.